Hello, everybody.
Yay.
Welcome to 2022 Lenten devotion.
We have fraggles. Don't mind them.
It's working. The God spirits around whenever we are in library at United Methodist Church in Lena. So this year's Lenten devotion will be dwelling on the Lenten hymn. So we have 7 hymns that Pastor Carrie and I will talk about, and after that you will hear the music that our members play for that. So hope you will enjoy it. And thank you, Pastor Carrie, for joining the Lenten.
Oh, it's always so fun to get to sit and talk with you.
And this year, the song is the one I thought would be nice. Martin Luther was very strong about the song Can Tell the Gospel. So that he was very enforcing for the congregation to sing and then be a part and hear God's grace. And obviously for the Methodists, the Wesley brothers, well, there were lots of hymns. So I thought this is something we can have some common. Very rare of some souls. We are different, but we love each other. That's what it is, right?
Oh.
So the first episode will be we are dwelling on I want Jesus to walk with me.
Walk with me.
Very good. So, I'm sure you know this song is African American spiritual traditional one, and there's little variations in there, but it's just like let's dwell on the word what they have in front of us, that whoever singing these songs asking, to me it sounds like very much a prayer. I want Jesus to walk with me in times of sorrow, in times of your head is so down, nothing working around, and it's just the prayer. I just want Jesus to walk with me. Instead of like just solve everything, fix everything. But it's like, I just want Jesus
just
to
be there.
walk with me in those times in my life.
Yeah.
So I thought that was so neat. And what's your reflection? What's your take on what you
I love how with a lot of the spirituals especially, it's the same verse with just a few words changed. And those really lend to being able to say the prayer or sing the prayer in whatever situation you're currently in. And that's what we were joking, because we looked at the real hymnal versus the other hymnal, and we're noticing that we have mostly the same for our written version of this oral tradition hymn. But we had a couple differences in words, and so it's that ability to adapt a song to what's really on your heart was one of the things that's really special to me. The other thing, of course, we've mentioned multiple times now, I'm a Methodist, go back to Wesley, and the Wesleys love to have these hymns that told whole stories, and you've got multiple verses of complex lyrics that really speak of faith. And it tells a whole story of faith. Like you could get a sermon just reading one of the Wesley hymns. But what I love about I Want Jesus to Walk with Me, and so many of the spirituals like it, is that it's meditative and it's a prayer. And so you don't have to worry about the words as much. And you don't have to worry about the complex melodies as much. You just sing your heart to God. And I love that, that gift to us from the African American slave tradition, and then post-slavery, trying to deal with all of the stuff that still goes on even after that, and that tradition of surviving through all of that, and being able to sing through all of that is a real gift to all of us. And so I just, this style of song.
Repetitious.
Well, it's the repetition. It's not pretentious. You know, you don't have to have some complex theories that you just sing it. It's something that could easily be taught orally. It could be something where, you know, a leader starts the song and then you can easily pick it up without having ever heard the song before in your life. You know, it's just one of those it's about your faith. And yet, in its simplicity, also has such deep spiritual meaning, and deep theology and good theology. So I love that simplicity and the extraneous and depth in the love of God.
I think because it's repeat and on, so that brings, in a sense, you repeat singing over and over and over. That's actually I've been doing for the last 2 days to dwell on this one, and it became the part of my own prayer. It was, you know, compile and somebody starts singing and people joining start singing, and it's so much so as that's my prayer as well, to joining that, you know, the faith of ancestors and the hearts to carry together. And it's very interesting when I go singing all the time, and it's really lots of things like, so I imagine the people who sang this for generations.
Yes.
Grandpa sang it, great-grandma sang it, and it's just a generation singing together, and now in our hymnals like this, and we sing, continue to sing, and I just really think about the imagine of the people who sang this one, so much the life hardship in there. I mean, there is, if I create my own version, I would go like, oh yeah, I want Jesus to walk with me in my good day and my bad day. And then I will add those parts of it that, because I'm so Lutheran, I have both ends thing. If you know what I mean, I have to have both ends thing. This tension I live with, I love that. But anyway, but this one is really nothing. I mean, when you read through, it's like, it's a cry.
Yes.
It's a lament. It's the acknowledging of the hardship of life, which is out of your control. The lots are out of our control, and then the hymn writer, our faith ancestor, sings, in those times, I want Jesus to walk with me.
Yeah. And that there's movement in that. It's not, come stay with me. You know, and it's not, get me out of here. It's walk with me through this mess. You know, and I love that about it too. You know, come be with me through this. And that willingness, stubbornness, to resilience, yes, to face everything that comes and know that you will get through it.
And especially I really like I don't know, you have the same version of it, it's the verse which said, when my heart is almost broken.
Yes.
And the part is almost caught my attention.
Yeah.
That it's saying like my heart is totally broken, but it's almost broken. But there's a hope that it's not going to break.
Yeah.
It's my heart is so scratched so bad, but my heart is not broken, but almost broken those times.
Yeah.
And I really see the resilience in that part of it.
Yeah. And, you know, I know I've been in those places where I'm just like, I can't go any further. Everything's broken. I'm done. You know, COVID.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know how many times I've been done. I'm just done. I've had enough. I'm done. You know, and just, But realizing that even when I'm done, I'm still going. You know, we've made it through so far, and we keep walking. And you know, we haven't been in this alone. And in any of the trials that we face, you know, I'm using COVID, something that we've been through recently, but you know, there's a lot of trials in my personal past. There's a lot of trials we've had as a society. And I also love that this doesn't really excuse that stuff either. And it's just that it accepts them as the fact they are, names them, and refuses to be stopped by them. So.
Yeah, I think that's what it is. And God really walks with those signs. I think I was so much surprised in multiple ways how the God walks through those times. And yeah, COVID time was really hard, as all of you are, as all of us are. And the one pastor always in the pastors, there's a lot of meeting during the time of the COVID time. With the pastors have to meet so many times.
On Zoom.
On Zoom, of course. And in those times, the one pastor always said, you know, it's so difficult, but I know that Jesus is walking with me this time. That's the consoling.
Yeah.
And that really word speaks. And hope these songs, I want Jesus to walk with me. It's one of the songs you may dwell on as well for this Lenten season. Well, next week, what will we do next week?
Come ye sinners, poor and needy.
All right, that's hope we'll see you. This video will be released every Wednesday, so please check our Facebook page or YouTube site to join us. God bless you, everybody.
Bye!
I want Jesus to walk with me. I want Jesus to walk with me. All along my pilgrim journey, Lord, I want Jesus to walk with me. In my trials, Lord, walk with me. In my trials, Lord, walk with me. When my